So the word sadhana literally means spiritual practice, spiritual discipline. It requires discipline. It requires practice. Most of us have been born and raised in environments, in situations, in families, in cultures with patterns that don't have us focused on a spiritual practice as the most important thing. That's the central aspect of life for very few people. And the dilemma with that is that everything else then comes first. So get up, rush into the shower, late for work. Because of course we set the alarm until the absolute last possible minute. Right? I mean, how many people have done this? You work out, what time you have to be someplace. So, all right, so I've got to be there at 9. If there's no traffic, it means I could leave home at 8:30. Forget the fact that there's always traffic. Leave home 8:30. If I eat breakfast in the car, it means I could get up at 8:15, push down the toast while I get in the shower, grab it on my way out the door, and still make it on time. How many people have ever planned a morning that looks something like that? So this is how most of us operate. And so then you say, I'm going to meditate every morning. Well, where exactly? It's not about finding the time in that schedule. There is no time in that schedule. The system is broken. And that's the problem, is most of us try to work our spiritual sadhana into our currently existing system, as though somehow between jumping out of bed at 8:15 and jumping into the car at 8:30 with soaking wet head and hot toast in my pocket, I'm going to find time to meditate. The system is broken. Because the system is rooted in what's the last possible moment I can get up? What's the absolute most amount of sleep I can squeeze in? With the ultimate highest goal being simply, how quickly can I get out of the house? So how essentially lazy can I be in the morning and not get fired from my job? I mean, essentially, those are the two things we have to balance. Stay in bed where I want to be, but keep the job. Into that system, a spiritual practice isn't going to work. And this is where we have to realize the system is broken. I want to want God. Of course my mind's going to wander. That's the you should meditate scenario. So I don't have a deep felt sense in my life that there's anything missing. I don't have a deep yearning for anything higher or deeper, more eternal. I'm basically pretty content in eat, drink, be merry, make some money, spend the money, enjoy time with people I like. Somewhere I read or someone tells me I should meditate. Close my eyes, my mind wanders all over the place. Because I don't actually want something in that. I want to want it, but it's not actually calling me. And the first and most important piece is to really ask yourself, is this what you want? What's your highest goal? If you're meditating because you saw an advertisement for a celebrity you love who was, sitting on a meditation cushion with her eyes closed, and she's like this, and she's looking very beautiful, and she's got all of the right, yoga clothes, and and the lighting is just right, and there's a beautiful candle illuminating her beautifully photoshopped face, and and so you decide that you should start to meditate. Well, that's not going to hold up for very long. If that gets you out of bed one morning, God bless you. And so you have to really ask yourself, what's my highest goal? Because if your highest goal is freedom from the bondage of the mind, freedom from anger, freedom from frustration, freedom from jealousy, freedom from your ego, freedom from judgment, freedom from the constant commentary in your mind that tells you that there is something wrong with this moment. Freedom from this jail we live in that says this is who you are and I better do more, produce more, get more. If you want freedom from that, if you really want to live in light, not darkness, truth, fullness, wholeness, not for a picture on social media or because it looks like the advertisement, but because that is what inside of you is calling for, then you'll make time. Because that is what you want. And so if you're not able to find time in your schedule and you kind of try it this way and it doesn't work, so I'm not much of a morning person, all right, and then you discover, well, I guess I'm not much of an evening person either. And while the daytimes are really busy, and so it's not my fault I can't meditate. I mean, the schedule isn't right. That's when it's important to ask yourself, what have I gotten brainwashed into believing is more valuable than my spiritual practice? What have I gotten brainwashed into believing is more real than the truth of who I am? More important than waking up? More joyful and ecstatic than connecting with the truth, with the divine? Where did I get indoctrinated along the way? Because of course it's a cycle. I can't get up in the morning because I don't go to sleep at night. And I don't go to sleep at night because I can't get off, whether it's my device, got to see what's being posted on social media, whether it's a TV show, whether I'm gambling online, whatever I may be doing in the night. That's what keeps me from getting up in the morning. That's where the process has to start. So every night, when you find yourself just watching another show or just scrolling Facebook a little bit longer or just doing something else, ask yourself, is this more important than actually what I took birth for? And if it is, you know what? Don't worry. Because the universe is infinitely patient. And if the emails are more important, if what's happening on Facebook is more important, if finishing up your TV show is more important, it's okay. Because eventually you're going to hit a place in life where you realize that nothing is more important than freedom from how you are currently living inside. You will reach a point where you realize there is nothing that is more valuable than freedom from the chains that I am in, from the chains of how my mind works, from the nonsense stories I tell myself, from the nonsense games I play with myself, from all of this illusion. And you start to get that. Gotta get free, gotta get free, gotta get free, gotta get free inside.